Hey everyone, Nick Engvall here. Before we get into today's episode, I want to tell you about some of the people that make the sneaker history community and this podcast possible. It's more important than ever to think about who you give your money to when you're buying clothing to go with your kicks. Our friends at Guilty Goods started their brand with a goal of giving back, especially to the communities that make sneaker culture possible. With every purchase from Guilty Goods, at least 10% of the proceeds are donated to organizations like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Susan G. Komen Foundation, the Movement for Black Lives, and many more. You can save 30% on your order by using the code HISTORY at guiltygoods.us. Again, that's history at guiltygoods.us for 30% off, and you can feel good about your purchase knowing you're supporting a meaningful cause. Sneakers are all about presentation, and if you're like me, displaying your kicks at home or in the office is just as important as when they're on your feet. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase the entire side of the shoe, not just the heel or the toe, the whole shoe. They've also got display cases for trading card collectors and hat collectors. To me, it's the perfect way to display your collection. You can save at least 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY at sneakerthrone.com. That's history at sneakerthrone.com. If you're a Patreon supporter or a member of our Discord community, you already know about Kicks with V hot sauce and his small batch, locally sourced hot sauce. V has been one of the biggest supporters of sneaker history and the podcast since the early days. He's currently the defending champion in our community trivia nights competition. Kicks with V hot sauce has been a huge hit with the community. You can save 10% on your order by using the code SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. That's SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. Now, you're probably here because you like sneakers, and if you join the Discord, you know our community is about so much more than that. Whether it's the marathon-like community calls, trivia night debates, the in-person meetups, or just sharing our favorite experiences, we found that although we have such different backgrounds, we all have some unexpected shared passions. Not only does the entire community look out for each other when it comes to releases, we're like a support group for life in general. You can join the Discord community for free by heading to the show notes of this episode. After you're done listening to this episode, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Now let's get into today's episode.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move by Jordan! LeBron James with no regard for human life. 12 seconds. Bryant for the win. Iverson against Gill. The crowd on its feet. Allen for the win.
Welcome to the Sneaker History Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Sneaker History Podcast. Chilling here with my guy, Mike. You're always my guy, Mike. How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Man, guy.
Man, I'm doing good. And guy, we're in New York. My guy.
This freaking guy.
Oh, man, I can't complain. Man.
No complaints is good, though.
Doing?
I have lots of complaints.
Yeah.
I don't like these Travis Scott shoes coming out. That's my first complaint. Is I don't like them. But it's an interesting situation here in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, I guess the easy question off the jump for you is yes or no. Do you like these Travis Scotts? If you like one of them, then it's a yes.
No, I don't like any of them. No Air Maxes, no Air Trainers. For me, this is a miss, but I know I'm very much in the minority here because a million people were in the freaking raffle for the trainers when they came out on his website or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
Nonsense.
It's something that needs to be said, I think, before I go all the way in on these two shoes. I consider Travis's stuff personally Grail level. Like, if I could get any of the Air Force Ones, like the Sail or the Cream, not the multicolor crazy one, but the white base ones, like the Sail and the white, those are absolutely insane great shoes. The 4s are great. I love my 6s. The 1s look fantastic. Travis makes a lot of good stuff. But to me personally, the 1s and the trainer ones, when we say the ones, the Air Max 1 and the trainer ones just are so far removed from what both of those shoes are. And that's in one hand a really good thing. You're mixing it up. You're truly doing something different with the design. Mm-hmm. And then in the other hand, it's like, I don't like that. Like it's like telling me there's chocolate in mole. It's just like, some people get turned off instantly knowing there's chocolate with chicken. It's like, bro, you can't even taste it. But like, nah,
no,
I can taste it.
That by that. You eat that, you'd be amazed.
No, I like mole personally, but I've had many people be like,
okay. I'm like,
I can't do that. I'll eat the hell out of some mole. But like some people just know that there's something a little off and they can't let it be separated mentally. These to me look a little off. What's one of the things that I also want to make this a gripe fest, but like, what's one of the things that turns you off about the shoe? Like, why don't you like it?
It's the Air Max 1s is a given. I just don't like the colored in air bubble. That is just,
I hate it too.
That's the one thing that really kills me in the shoe. Everything else is, I guess, is fine, but that piece just destroys the whole shoe for me. But the Air Trainer, honestly, I feel like it's too much in a sense. I can't put my finger on it. I look at it, I won't wear it. It's crazy to me to think that if you look at the Travis Scott Air Trainer one, but look at the Utility Trainer one coming out, I pick the Utility one every time over that. I've heard rumors that Utility one was actually his first. He said no, he wanted something different, and so they just released them under just a regular Nike umbrella as opposed to Travis Scott. Rumors, of course. But I don't know. I don't like the shroud you put over it. I mean, if I wanted a Civil War looking boot, I would go buy one because this one looks like old school war boot. You put the little thing on top of it to keep it clean or whatever. But yeah, something about it I just don't like. And the meme, I don't know who did it. Nice Kicks, whoever it was, had the picture of the brown trainer and next to Travis Scott and said the shoe looks just like him. I was like, that's messed up, but I laugh.
It's the hair and the laces falling on. It's the way the laces happen to be, but that's the way the photos depict the shoe. So it's not even like, hey, let's make these shoes laces longer to like make fun of Travis Scott. Like, no, that's the official photo. Like
that is a photo.
That's how they chose to. I mean, so personally, I'll go into a little detail. I 100% agree. The colored in air bubble on the Air Max 1 is an instant no-go. Once that's colored, I don't want it.
Yeah,
the LeBron line did it a couple times where they just like colored over the Air Max bubbles. Like, bro, why are you doing this? It looks not great. And to me personally, I think the design underneath the reverse swoosh, like the kind of oval shape, that's too far removed, in my opinion, from what makes the Air Max 1 look great.
Yeah.
That's my thing. It's just painted on and then that oval. If that oval was, if it was a backward swoosh and you had the straps on it still and you had the heel decal, all that's fine. Keep the color. I think the colorways look good. Like they're colored well.
Yeah. Colors are fine. Yeah.
I'm just, those are my gripes with the Air Max 1. The Trainer 1, I do not like that Cactus Corporation branding. I love how my Jordan 6s have, his face with the crossed out eyes, the little stick figure looking face. I love the Cactus Jack, or it says Cactus Jack, a little like rectangle type shape on the heel. I love the way those things look on that shoe. This kind of like utilitarian, kind of reminds me of Starship Troopers. I don't know if anybody else like the font of Starship Troopers. That kills it for me. And then the shroud. When the shroud is not on, I think the shoe looks really good. But then when it's not on, the zipper on the back, I think is incredibly annoying. And the dots from where the shroud connect bothers me. Like the off-white laces that rest above the traditional laces on the dunks, the off-white dunks. When I see people take those off and just have the holes exposed, that's like nails on a chalkboard to my brain. I don't know why. This is the same thing. Seeing the dots without the shroud on it is like nails on a chalkboard, but I also hate the way the shroud looks. So I couldn't wear the shroud. So it's like, I'd have to like saw them off, sand it. You can't. I'd have to sand it off.
To close them up.
A button, maybe you could do like what's it called? A giblet from Crocs.
Don't give me giblets. I want to see these cactus giblets running around everywhere, saying it's lit.
That's what they should have done. Man, they messed up. So if I could get Cactus Jack giblets on this Trainer 1, I am then an instant buyer. I'd buy that over any New Balance ever made.
Use a zipper on the back. Look, you gotta stop. You're upsetting people on Instagram. They get mad at me for not stopping you. So look, I didn't do this. I don't come at me. I like New Balances. For Robbie's missteps, don't come at me. All right.
If anybody watches Jules from What Culture, he always says of all time. It's like, I know it sounds stupid. It's not literally the greatest of all time. I don't literally mean I'd wear those shoes over any New Balance. But I kind of do. So, I mean, it's back to the topic. It's just like, enough is off. Like, let's put it this way. I would take any other Travis Scott shoe, including the 33s. No, there were 34. Yeah. No, there were 33s. 33. Take the 33s over these, and I mean that. I could hoop in the 33s. Yeah, I'm with you on
this one, though, because these were, again, if we took a group of 100 people, we'll be the 2 people standing outside looking goofy because we don't want to. Because Lord knows the masses do, man. And I'm just.
Let me tell you my toxic trait, though, and maybe this is your toxic trait. I'm going to enter and try to get all these shoes so I can resell them. So I have vacations to pay for. So it's like I'm going to enter. So if you don't want the entry, I'll take your entries.
I got kids to pay for. So hell yeah, I'm about to do it.
Exactly, right? It's just like, I am the problem. That's my toxic trait. Like, I don't like these. I'm not going to kill anybody on them. I'm not going to jack up the price so far, but like, if I could make $200 and my money back on the fly, like, yeah. But what's also so funny about me personally is every time I enter in a shoe like this and I actually hit, I'm always like, I guess I'm keeping them now. It's like, so
you can't keep these up. There's no way. I don't see you winning either one of these, dude. Like, the lot of them, when you say, "Oh, I'm gonna sell it," I'm like, "Now you gotta keep it." No, there's no one in the world I can see you actually keeping these.
The Shroud ones, I mean, I would have, the Air Max 1 has a way better shot of accidentally being held.
Accidentally, you go trip and fall and stay in the shoe. Oh my God, I wore it.
So here's my question to you though. So let's use like the Off-White Waffle Racer stuff. Okay. The Kiger, the Off-White Kiger.
I like those better.
Even the Off-White Blazer Lows that released recently. None of those popped off. No, see, that's the point I'm making. None of those popped off in resale like other Off-White shoes, but people bought them up hoping they would. Do you think these are going to be the first Travis Scotts where it's just, not the first, the 33s, but like these are going to be some Travis Scotts where it's just like, oh, I'm going to flip these. It's going to be sick. And then you go on StockX 4 days later and you're like, oh, they're only going for like $100 over.
I would love to believe that, but I don't think so. Too many people are wanting them. I think, if anything, let's say, I'll put it easy for me to throw out numbers. So I think the Air Max 1s were probably going to sit around that 4 to maybe low 500 number. The trainers probably lower. I say, what's the retail on them? 180? They're not 200, right?
Yeah, less than 200, yeah.
Okay. I think those are going to be at like the 380, 400 mark.
So I think that those are a good gauging point. My British khaki Travis Scott 6s, just about a full year later, they released a year ago, are going for $460. Last sale was $460. Yeah, that's low, right? That's not that much. Yeah, it's pretty low. So I think your estimates are right in line. I think these are going to do as well as those 6s because it's been so long since there's been a Travis Scott release.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. So, I mean, and with the Air Maxes, there was a market for them already because, we're not going to dive into that, but they did release in Houston beforehand. So there were some already in the wild. So they're, people really wanted them. They got their money because they were like for $1,000, and that clearly that plateau is going to fall off the face of the earth once they release. But you said that people have just been so hungry for a Travis Scott release that could put an initial just extra premium on these bad boys.
So I didn't want to tell you because you're actually really spot on. So the early pairs of the Air Max 1 Travis Scotts are going for about If you're a size 8, $385 on StockX, plus fees.
Yeah.
And then my size 13 that I would need in that shoe. Fucking sucks having big feet. $590 in that range. Size 12 is $550. Man, a size 9 is $400. A 10 is $471. Why you gotta get me for like $150 more just because I'm a size 13?
Got them flippers,
It's
bro.
whack.
You gotta make the extra material. They gotta make flippers.
It's just so I learned my lesson personally. The Air Max 1, take this to heart. Maybe if you're in the market for this shoe, my flat pancake feet needs to go a half to a full size up in the Air Max 1 and 90. 95 fits pretty well without it, but you gotta go. Ooh. You gotta go. Yeah, right. It's got me. You gotta go a little bit up. Those shoes are so narrow, kind of like rectangular, that if you're gonna actually wear that shoe, I might recommend going half size up. But if you have perfect sculpturesque feet with a nice arch, send me pics. No, I'm kidding. Then you'll probably be okay. Not having to go a half size up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more curious now than anything. Like, I enter the raffle just for giggles and see what happens, but more interested. But I mean, we're talking about artists and their shoes, and this one's not going to be nearly as popular. But one of my favorite artists of all time, Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, is releasing a sneaker with New Balance, and it is going to be an RC30 with a reworked sole. And yeah, I think it's all of the story is weird because I saw the story pop up on Instagram yesterday, day before yesterday, but I went to Sneaker News, I went to Hype Beast. All the stories have been removed. So I think someone may have jumped the gun with this one, possibly. I was able to take a snapshot of the shoe, so I have a picture of it. It's not going to be for everybody. I'll tell you that much. It's not going to be for the person who is going after the Air Max 1 from Travis Scott, probably. But I think it's a cool shoe. Looks different. And again, he's one of my all-time favorite artists, so I'm definitely going to support. I don't know. I know Robbie is a New Balance hater, so...
I really am. And for as much as I don't wear New Balance, I listen to the opposite in terms of Childish Gambino music. I love Childish Gambino's music. Community's funny.
Mm-hmm.
His stand-up's funny.
Atlanta's genius.
I'm that target audience. Yeah, Atlanta's genius. So fucking good. Now, my only thing is, like, his Adidas stuff didn't really sell or didn't really, I feel like, release like that. I don't think a Childish Gambino New Balance is going to do anything the same way I perceive that the Jaden Smith New Balance stuff doesn't do anything. He's all over commercials and he wears it and everything. And I think the vision looks cool. Like, if I were to buy New Balance, I'd probably get a Jaden Smith. Mm-hmm. That's a weird thing to say, but I like that shoe. Looks pretty good. But I don't see a Childish Gambino shoe really.
No, it's very niche.
Being like a Joe Fresh Goods.
It's like for a person like me. It's going to be for like the people who are like, oh, cool. I like New Balance. I like Charles Gambino. I want to support the person. And I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, people will support their artists. Like the same way people are going to go buy Travis Scott because it's Travis Scott. I'm going to do the same thing with the New Balance. And actually, I do like the shoe. So better for me that it sits and I don't have to go through all the hoopla because I don't want to.
I don't blame you. Well, I mean, we're out here to have that talk about avoiding hoopla. That made no sense. I'm tired now, obviously.
I don't know why, but I still followed you there.
Yeah, got that hoopla. Help me avoid that hoopla. We got that hoop low, not that hoopla. This is another little fun bite. If you bought a pair of Travis Scott's today, let us know, or yesterday, or next week, whenever we drop this, probably going to be close to the Travis Scott release. We'll tell you how we did. Let's put it that way. We'll let everybody know how we did.
Spoiler
on
alert.
The Travis Scott
I'm
releases.
I'm not going to get them probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Spoiler alert. If it's like the Union 2s from last week, then this isn't going to go very well. The odds are not in my favor. Damn you, Hunger Games. Damn you.
Whatever.
But got that. I mean, I got the Hello Kitty Prestos. I really wanted those. I got the
nice pickup.
LeBron Palmer 9 lows. Shout out to Manor for helping me get those. I bought them. They didn't get
Like
them,
Manor out in Phoenix?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's where I got them from.
Nice.
Man, it's way easier to find stuff like that than on Nike.com. Go to a mom and pop.
Yeah.
We'll take good care of you. Go shop at Manor. But I'm Robbie. You can find me at Sneaker History at RAHBEE702. Mike, where can they find you?
You can find me, of course, on Sneaker History, Instagram and Twitter at MadWatcher789, and of course on YouTube at Mike Guillory.
Nice. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.
See you, everybody.
Hey everyone, this is Nick again. Before you take off, do us a solid and head over to Apple Podcasts to leave us a review. Give us a rating on Spotify and Amazon Music, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we have even more video content coming soon. Speaking of new content, we have an amazing community of sneaker enthusiasts that hang out in our Sneaker History Discord on a daily basis. While sneakers is a connection point that brought us all together, we've all discovered countless shared passions that we have in common with each other. We recently launched a couple of new podcasts directly from our community. One of them is a Formula One podcast. If you're an F1 fan like me, the Exhaust Notes podcast is your weekly fix of Formula One fun. It's hosted by myself, Rohit Malhotra, and Todd Yates. New episodes drop every Tuesday. I've been wearing fitted hats for years and collecting my favorite teams since I was a little leaguer. It has been awesome to see so many new fans getting into fitteds in recent years. Crown and Stitch is our new talk show about fitted hats with Dexter, Keith, and myself, where we talk about fitted hats, snapbacks, throw in some obscure hats because we all kind of like some funky stuff once in a while, don't we? Copping, collecting, and so much more. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Hit the links in the show notes for this episode to give our new shows a listen, and be on the lookout for more new podcasts dropping soon. Last but not least, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Thank you all for the support, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.